Okay, the first recording was a bit long, so I'm just gonna limit this to about 5 minutes. So, what is Panic? Panic was a libertarian bug out type of prepper organization. It still is. And it was founded by Malum Nexus and Atomic ANCAP. Atomic ANCAP really hasn't done any cultish behavior so far, so I'm not really going to consider him one of the main people. So, Malum Nexus, a closeted fascist, and we can actually know this because of his past. I've talked to a lot of people about his past, and they founded this as a prepper organization. Now, when I was there, you had to go through a process. Now, I didn't when you got invited by friends, but when they got really paranoid about ANCOMs and shit, other people had to go through this procedure. Now, you go to Amino, you join Napcast, and if you do a lot of work and they actually like you, then you'll be pulled into a chat room where they will talk to you and make sure you're legit. Then you can join Panic. Now, yes, that sounds very fucking culty and very fucking weird in my opinion. Hey, we're just gonna drag you in here via message and fucking interrogate your ass, and you gotta fucking make sure you're cool and shit. Reminds me of fucking Jim Jones. Anyways, yes, so they decided to basically start this group, and they came up with plans. Now, these plans range from anything from buying gold mines and silver mines in Nevada, abandoned ones, to, I don't know, fucking opening up an amusement park under a limited liability corporation to funnel money into a gated community, which technically would be money laundering because an agorist economy is technically not on the legal side, thus avoiding paying taxes, etc., which they would be paying taxes to kind of throw the state off, but at the same time there's a huge amount of untaxed revenue that is going through there, which would be a huge flag to the IRS depending on how you fucking deal with that. So yes, that was a fucking weird plan, and you can read about it on panicuncovered.com, actually panic.weebly.com. I have to register the domain name, panicuncovered.weebly.com. Anyways, so they decided to basically pursue that aim. I don't know if they are doing it now since I am out of that group, but from when I was there, there's about more than 10 members probably, so a almost small group of people. Now, them pulling their resources together, I don't even think would cover a fucking piece of property, I mind you, for them to have a gated community. So yeah, all their fucking net worth combined, I don't think they would be able to do that. Along with opening up an amusement park, which has a lot of licensing issues, has a lot of tax issues, and you need a lot of capital just to do that. I wouldn't be surprised if they scrap that idea, but I don't really know that, so I'm just going to go with that for now. Anyways, yes, Panic is a huge fucking... It's a weird threat, in a way. It's a threat to the very fabric of libertarianism, as it's collectivizing itself into a group to try to avoid this cataclysmic event, which, by their inner struggle in politics, as I've seen in the past, with them infighting, they're just going to revert back to a state. Or they're going to splinter into warlords and a whole bunch of other shit. I would be surprised if they made it 5 years into a collapse. That, I would be surprised if they ever made it. Anyways, this crowd is also a fan of 3D printed guns, which I have pointed out are not the most reliable. Also, CNC machines, god tier, go CNC machines. So, yes, they want to rely on methods where they want to be self-sufficient. Now, they would have to find an area of the country where it has a lot of resources, including wood, water, iron ore, and a bunch of other stuff, because if you had walls put up in place, right, or, let's say, fortifications, and you had a person trying to siege you, right, a person's army, if you will, if you don't have the means to make the bullets, the ammunition, and a whole bunch of things in-house, then you have a problem. You're going to have to send smugglers out there to go get it, but it's a siege, so that's going to be fucking weird. So that's the one part I didn't fucking get about Panic. is their fucking plan for a gated community. You can put up a gated community, but what's that going to prevent anybody from rolling down the fucking front door and taking your shit? Now, you could argue, oh, guns and stuff like that, but guns don't fucking matter if you don't have ammunition for them. You'd have to stock up on years of ammunition just for that to happen. And depending on your enemy and how ferocious they are, you could probably go through the fucking ammunition in about a month. So, yes, a lot of this shit is kooky, spooky, maniacal, and hooky. We are the fucking Addams Family. Crazy. Now, what is my alternative to this? What, if Panic were to say to me, what would I do better? Well, that's a great question. Now, here's the thing. If you're gonna start a kind of network of preppers, if you will, that want to help each other, you have to make it decentralized. You can't have a homestead, a collection of homesteads or a town out of it, because it makes it very easy for someone to come down and take your shit. Now, if you have, let's say, a farm, let's say 50 acres, right? And you put a shipping container here, shipping container there, and supplied it up with a bunch of guns and stuff like that. On your property, there are multiple areas to fall back and conduct a guerrilla warfare campaign. Now, add that with multiple people so they can fall back on that, then it would be very hard for a group of raiders to go and take your shit. That would be very hard because you're all decentralized. And that's the advantage of decentralization. If you have all your eggs in a basket, it's easier for someone to take the fucking sledgehammer, fucking hit it, and turn it into some scrambled eggs. Okay? Yeah. So, my solution is decentralize it, be across multiple states, or, if you want to be in the same states, cross your general region and area, so you can meet up at a location if you need to and regroup. There are multiple areas, multiple base camps, etc., where you could do that. Instead of, hey, let's have this giant gated freaking community with walls, and holy shit, that guy threw a pipe bomb at the wall, and oh shit, the wall's crumbling down. Oh crap, and a bunch of fucking crazy raiders and shit are gonna come at us. Yeah, it won't work that way. The thing is, you can argue for a voluntarist society, and it will probably happen after the government collapses, but there will be people wanting to take your shit. So you have to be prepared, you have to be smart, you have to have a better plan than having a gated community, which is a huge freaking target for not only raiders, but ex-government factions that go rogue. You will have warlords, you will have a bunch of shit going on. People do not want to let go of their power that easy. And if you have these factions of the military with military equipment like helicopters, drones, and shit like that, you want to be out in the woods, decentralized, and you don't want to be spotted. You do not want a huge gated community. Because what's going to stop the friggin' rogue military faction from getting a couple Hellfire missiles on an Apache and freaking mowing your whole freaking settlement down and taking all your shit? Just won't work that way. And that's the one thing I actually agree with some ANCOMs are, is that having a centralized freaking, like community, gated community, it won't work to defend yourself. It won't work. And to that token, communes probably won't work in defending against rogue government factions, etc. That's my 2 cents on this. Now, I said this was 5 minutes, but I went longer. At least it's under 10. Anyways, guys, enjoy your week, enjoy your summer, and remember, don't fucking join gated communities unless you know that they are not cults. And if they are, fucking split more hairs than Bugs Bunny. Get out of there.